What's up, Browns fans? This is Cleveland football. Let's go. Oh, man, let's go. Sheduer Sanders about to make his first start this Sunday against the Oakland Raiders. It's probably going to be the most watched game between 2-8 teams. Both teams 2-8 combining for 4-16. So, but people want to watch. It's going to be some excitement. That's what Sanders brings to the game. I'm excited to see him. I do expect him to look better this week with a full, week of practice with the ones, doing the drills and being involved fully in the game plan. So I look forward to seeing him. I'm hoping they working on blitz pickup. I'm hoping they worked on blitz beaters because that's what the Raiders that's what they're gonna do. They're not just gonna let him sit back there because if you give him time, the guy's he's accurate. All right, he has a good arm. So if you give him time, he'll carve you up. But so they're gonna send the house at him. Um, Unfortunately, we saw that he was robbed. His house was robbed during the game, and I hate to see that. It's not a good look. It's not a good look for the city or for the town. Even though he doesn't, based on the police report, he doesn't live in Cleveland. Not a lot of the players do. Most live on the surrounding or on the outskirts, and to me, and I just only know what's been in the reports and what he has said himself. But it sounds like to me it was someone who knew the area. Those who did it knew the area. But also, their schedule is public, and we've seen that over the last couple of years. Players' houses been targeted. Big names like Mahomes and Kelsey and Burrow. But everything is public. I mean, they know when you're away. They know when you're in the game, and so I don't know. I think the league needs to do something about this. I know it's up to the player to take care of their house. They're grown men, but I think the league or the teams could do more. Um, uh, you have a security system, alarm system, and these are young guys too. A lot of them, 21, 22 years old. You're not thinking about something like that. But it happens. I had an old head. Shout out to Coach Fish. That was my guy, one of my old coaches back at Glenville High School, Glenville alumni, Coach Fisher. We were talking one day, and I don't know how we got on the subject, but we got on the subject of funerals. And what he was saying was back in the day, because he was born in the 40s, and so he growing up in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And he said whenever there was a funeral, and the family of the person who passed away, everyone would be going to the funeral. But he said it was always one person who would stay back during the funeral. All right, because you would have people who would take advantage of situations like that. They would scour the newspaper for obituaries or death announcements, and they would wait, and then they would rob families while they're at the funeral. And you think, like, who would be so sick and depraved to do something like that? But it's people that do that, and there's still people today that do stuff like that. You could Google right now, burglary, house robbed during funeral, and you'll see story after story after story after story of people being robbed, and sometimes it's even by people who knew the family and know that they would do that. And you got to be a sick person to do something like that. So if someone will rob a house during a funeral while someone's grieving their loved one, they'll rob you while you going to work. And people see that every day, and that's pretty much what happened. He got robbed while he was at work, and I hate to see that. But it makes me think like one, the league maybe could provide house sitters for guys who would think they would need a sitter for a house. You might have a dog, you might have an alarm, but it's nothing like having somebody there where there's a presence there. Shoot, make me think. I'd start a house sitting business for athletes, for professional athletes, especially as a town like Cleveland, football, basketball, baseball, you got all these athletes, professional athletes Like, hey, you need somebody to house it while you away or during the game. You know, I ain't gonna tear up your house or anything like that. I make sure we leave everything clean and just be there, just have somebody there in case somebody try to come in. So, hope hopefully they didn't take anything that was too. We think some stuff to me is like, oh, this is priceless, where it be pictures or memorabilia, something that really has some sentimental value. A lot of other stuff can be replaced, clothes and things like that. I've been robbed before. I've had my locker robbed, uh, locker room in college. Had a car broken into. Had a lot of things taken. It's not a good feeling. So uh, he didn't seem too phased by it, but that's adversity, things that you go through, and then it's something you just gotta kind of put behind you and then be prepared for it afterwards. It's a lesson learned. So, but that's all I have for you today. Looking forward to this weekend. We should beat the Raiders. We haven't beat them in a while. They beaten us at home the last time, and they beaten us at their place the last time, whether it was in Oakland or in Las Vegas. So it's time for us to get a win and get on to our third win, and we still in it. Oh no, the division isn't over. The AFC North. Woo. AFC North. All right, this is what I got. If you like, hit the like button. Be sure to share. Be sure to comment, and be sure to subscribe.